Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're running a home care agency and you're in a predicament where you're wanting to increase lead flow without necessarily wanting to get more referral partners or buying leads from a place from home or care.com, then today this video is for you, because I'm going to show you how you can essentially replicate what my team and I have done and fill up your pipeline with high quality private pay leads for your home care agency. Now, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Valentinous. I'm the CEO of ProductiveMedia.io. It's a growth consultancy that partners up with home care agencies and help them add anywhere from 5 to 15 new private pay clients by building and leveraging AI growth infrastructures and placing that within said company. Now, to be fair, this isn't some sales pitch. I'm not trying to sell you on working with us, or this isn't me trying to convince you on booking a call with my team or anything like that. Really, it's just me sharing the insights my team and I have acquired over the last 2 to 3 business quarters. And yeah, like I mentioned, just want to share that with you so you can implement it if you want and see the results of doing that. All right. Now, if this is of any interest to you, then yeah, be sure to stick around and it should be an interesting video, right? All right, so yeah, let's get into it. So whenever we partner with any company, we typically build out 3 infrastructures within said company. The first thing is a lead generation infrastructure, an appointment setting infrastructure, stroke in-home assessment infrastructure, a sales infrastructure, and depending on the time that you're watching this, we'll probably start implementing an SEO infrastructure for our clients. Right? Now, today, I just want to take you through the lead generation infrastructure that we're leveraging for our clients to help them add anywhere from 5 up to 25 in new private pay leads every single week, every single month. And yeah, like I mentioned, you could take it and run with it and implement it for yourself. Right? So let's get into it. So today, this video is pretty much a breakdown of a client that we've started working with in the last 2.5, 3 weeks or so. So yeah, just to give you guys some context, prior to working with us, they were struggling to actually book appointments. They were struggling to actually speak with qualified leads every single week, every single day, every single month. And within 2.5 weeks, we've helped them add 13 private pay leads in 90 days, essentially, and also 3 assessments being booked. That's been done from spending $450 in ad spend, and that equates to around $35 per qualified lead, right? Now, that's pretty amazing. If you could spend $35 to speak with a highly qualified private pay lead, how many times per week would you spend that, right? Now, you probably know better than I do that the average client spends anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per month, and they typically stick around for 8 to 24, maybe 36 months, right? And yeah, within a time scale of 19 days, we've essentially tripled, close to quadruple what this client was able to do prior to working with us, right? Now, again, yeah, I just want to take you through how we were able to do this in such a short time scale and how you could essentially do it for yourself, right? Now, yeah, let's go. So, let's talk about the lead generation infrastructure. So, to be fair, right now we're leveraging Google because Google for us, it works wonders. Previously in the past, we've also leveraged Facebook ads, but we found that with Google, it's more predictable and we know exactly what we're getting with it versus Facebook. Sometimes it could be, the numbers and the metrics aren't something that was pleasant to us. So we decided to stick with Google and run with it, right? Maybe in the future, Facebook may overtake Google, but as of right now, our personal opinion is that Google works best for home care agencies, right? Now, there are 3 things I want to talk to you guys about when structuring your Google ad campaign when you're running leads to get clients, right? The first thing is the ad group structure, right? Now, with the ad group structure, how we like to do it is to make sure the ad group, the keywords, and the ads are congruent with each other. So as an example, we like to segment the ad group into 3, sometimes 4 different categories, right? It's home care agency near me, home care near me, caregiver, and the city that our clients are servicing plus home care, right? So what that looks like in practicality is, as an example, we'll segment home care agency near me, and we'll get all the relevant keywords that are associated with home care agency near me, home health agency near me, private long-term care near me, stuff like that, and we'll segment that into a ad group. Similar thing for home care near me, we'll do a similar thing. And what the aim for doing that for us is to making sure that everything is congruent with each other, right? Because Google has this thing, a relevancy score, and I believe something else I can't remember off the top of my head, that essentially grades the quality of the ad and the campaign, right? And I guess presumably the higher the grade is, then the better it will perform. The more impressions, clicks, and stuff like that you'll get. That's what I'm thinking, right? But essentially, what we like to do is making sure that the ad group is congruent with the keywords that are in the said ad group, as well as the ads that will be shown for that specific ad group. That it's congruent with the ad group itself, right? So I could take you through something real quickly just to show you. Oh yeah, it's called the optimization score. But yeah, let me find the ad group. So in practicality, what it looks like is home care agency near me. This is the ad group that we'll take a look at, and within that ad group you'll find keywords, right? I'll get into that shortly, but essentially with the keywords, what we like to use is specifically phrase match as well as exact match, right? Broad match is typically reserved for when we're setting up negative keywords that we don't want our clients to be associated with, right? So as an example, with the ad group home care agency near me, we have stuff like in-home care for seniors near me. We have home care companies near me. We have respiratory care, it's phrase match. We have in-home nursing care near me. We have home health agency near me. Stuff like that. Keywords that are congruent with the ad group, and the ad group and the keyword that will be congruent with the ad itself. So when someone searches home care agency in Fort Myers, then we want to make sure that the ad that they'll be seeing is optimized for providing information about locality, and leveraging the fact that it's local, and the person on the receiving end can receive care within a day, 2 days, essentially, like that, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the ad group. For us, we like to make sure that the ad group is congruent with the keywords, and the keywords are congruent with the ad that will be shown, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the ad group. Let's talk about the keywords, right? So I was touching upon it just now, but with the keyword, it's not only important to rank for the right keywords, right? You should also have a list of negative keywords that you don't want to be associated with, right? So yeah, taking back the ad group structure. So for example, let's say you have a home care agency near me ad group structure. Some keywords that you could use would be stuff like in-home care agency near me, senior care near me. If you have a ad group structure called home care near me, you can also use keywords such like home care for elderly near me, nursing homes near me. If you have a ad group structure called caregivers, you can use keywords such like private source for elderly near me, private caregiver near me. If you have a ad group that has the city that you're servicing plus home care, what you want to do is find the keywords that are associated with the city plus home care, right? So as an example, you can have home healthcare in Douglas, Georgia, home healthcare in Atlanta, Georgia, home healthcare in Fort Myers, Florida, home healthcare in Dallas, Texas, home healthcare in Sport and New Jersey, stuff like that, right? And yeah, I think I kind of went into it just now. But yeah, pretty much what you want to do for that is you want to use either phrase match or you want to use exact match, because once you use those match types, then the person on the receiving end that your ad will be shown for, then it's way more targeted, right? And with the search being way more targeted, then there's a higher probability of it leading to a conversion, right? So for us, we like to stick with exact match and phrase match, nothing else. We reserve broad match for negative keywords, right? But yeah, that's it for the positive keywords that you can use. You can also, I actually almost forgot. But yeah, so pretty much if you don't have any keywords that are running off the top of your head, you can get ideas by going to the tools and settings and search the keyword or find the keyword planner tool, right? And this example, we're going to use caregivers. And we're going to find a bunch of keywords that are associated with caregivers. And what we will then do is once we find those keywords that our company resonates with, then we could put all of them into a ad group and start creating ads surrounding those keywords. So as an example, this ad group would be called caregiver, and you can make ads specific and relevant to private caregivers, private sitters in your area, right? So that whether that be Fort Myers, whether that be Atlanta, Georgia, whether that be Douglasville, Georgia, whether that be I don't know, Compton, LA, you can make specific ads surrounding that keyword that you've selected. You just group all these keywords into a ad group as well. Just to let you know, Google has this thing called bidding, right? So I'll touch upon that later when I'm going over the bidding strategy. But essentially, the top of page bid, what it essentially means is how much is required, how much should you bid to be seen at the top, right? So let me see if I can pull up an example for you. So we're gonna need home car agency. Yeah, let's go Atlanta, Georgia. So all these companies are here that you're seeing. So Neighbor, Southern Atlanta, Agate, Hospital Care, Home Care, I guess Advantage, Private Home Care, Caregiver, what's that? Or Care, whatever. These guys are, they're at the top of page. What's it called? They're at the top of page. So they'll be spending close to $7, $8, $6 to be ranked at the top. So their ads are going to be shown at the top rather than people that are down here. So you'll see also other ads down at the bottom. These guys, or I guess their bidding strategy isn't as aggressive as the guys up here. These guys are spending a little bit more money to be shown, and I guess their hope is to get a lion's share of the impressions, a lion's share of the clicks, and then they'll also take care of the conversions on, I guess, their website or the landing page or whatever conversion mechanism that they've set up. That's their hope, right? But yeah, I'll touch upon the bidding strategy a little bit later, right? So now let's talk about, that's it for the positive keywords. I hope that was clear to you. Let's talk about the negative keywords right now. So it's super important to make sure that you're not being searched for keywords that your company doesn't resonate with, right? So as an example, stuff like assisted living, stuff like bright stalker. So the conglomerates, you don't want to be shown whenever someone's searching for Amada Senior Care or home instead. You don't want to be seen for that. So what you can do, set up a bunch of negative keywords that will essentially, they won't show your ad whenever someone searches for home instead in Atlanta, Georgia, if there's an home instead franchise in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So you want to set up a big list of negative keywords that you don't want to be associated with. And how you do that is you can use ChatGPT if you don't have a bunch of keywords or negative keywords off the top of your head. And yeah, you can tell ChatGPT about your company and tell them to give you a list of maybe 100 keywords or 100 negative keywords that you don't want to be associated with, and you just come here and essentially add them right there. And what you want to do is leave the negative keywords on the broad match phrase type, right? You don't want to do exact match, or you don't want to do phrase match because that's just too specific. You just want to make sure that negative keyword is placed and you're not seen for any of the negative keywords, whether it's a phrase match or whether it's a exact match, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it for the phrase match, or that's pretty much it for the negative keywords. Getting my words mixed up there. But yeah, let's talk about the bidding strategy now. So when in regards to bidding strategy, what we always like to tell our clients to do is to make sure that they're comfortable spending anywhere from $45 per day to maybe $100 per day, right? Anything below that just takes too long to get any substantial results that we like and that we know we're capable of, right? But pretty much if you're just starting out, or whenever you're just starting out, chances are you're starting from a place of zero because your account doesn't have as much conversion mechanism in it, right? And chances are you're probably not working with an outside agency or outside firm or getting any form of outside help to provide your account with signaling conversion data, right? So what I suggest you do is start from maybe $45 per day if you can afford it. If you can't, then start at 20, $25. Depending on your area, you probably will be able to get away with it, right? And yeah, set up what I would say when regards to bidding strategies, set up maximize clicks, right? And within 2.5, 3 weeks, you should be able to get some conversion data within the account. Then you can switch your bidding strategy from maximize clicks to maximize conversions as well. If you have some conversion data, you can also set a target CPA. Now, a target CPA is pretty much you telling Google to go out and find persons that will convert for whatever that target CPA is. So as an example, let's say you set up the account and within 3 weeks you get a few conversions and the average conversion is around $75. What you can do is tell Google to go out and find persons for $75. You can change a bidding strategy, set it to maximize conversion, set a target CPA, and tell Google to, hey, go out and find persons for $75 that will convert, and they'll do that on your behalf, right? Because it's smart, it's machine learning, it's algorithm, it takes care of all that for you, right? So how you can do that in practicality is you want to go to settings, and yeah, you want to go here. And yeah, go to bidding strategy. And yeah, you can set your budget at whatever you're comfortable doing. I suggest $45 per day because, yeah, depending on your area, you may be able to get away with it. As this client, we were able to get away with it simply because of where they're located and there's not as much competition, right? But if you're in a area that a lot of advertising is taking place, then you want to say at least $45-$50 per day, right? And yeah, set your daily budget right there. Set up your bidding strategy. So if you want to do change your bidding strategy from conversions. Let's say you're just starting out, you want to do clicks, and it will give you the option to hit maximize clicks. And after 2.5-3 weeks, you should be able to get some conversion data. You can change it to conversion and maximize conversion, and you can also set a target CPA, and you should be good to go. Now, there's one last thing that, of course, I'd like to get into some breakdown of the ads that we're using and the landing pages and stuff like that, but that's proprietary information, right? And because it's proprietary information, I can't share it, unfortunately, right? But just to give you a quick bonus, right? Whenever you're setting up a advertising campaign, we strongly suggest, again, sending the traffic from Google to a website, simply because we like to think that the website is just a show front for the company, right? And with the website, or on the website, there's too much fluff there, essentially too much stuff for persons to do. So they go on your website, they could see about us, they could see testimonials, they could go to your social media, they could go to your Google business manager, they could go to all these things that will negate the fact that that will negate or go against the fact that they're there to get more information and to make a call or to sign up for your form to get contacted by your sales rep or whatever. And when you send them to a website, all of that will take place because your website will be super fancy, will be having all these automations, all this stuff that will go against the the conversion. So what we like to do is send people from Google or wherever, send people from Google to a landing page that's solely optimized for conversions, right? So they either call or they fill in their information and our team reaches out and starts and does a qualification there, right? So yeah, that's just a quick tip. So whenever you're setting up your ad campaign, please don't send them to your website because that will hamper conversions, at least from what we've seen, right? But yeah, like I mentioned, there's a few other things I wish I could go into, like Google search networks, places that we could place your ads, your location targeting, the targeting itself, segments, stuff like that. But yeah, it's getting I have a team call in like 30 minutes or so. So yeah. In the next video, I'll probably go into more depth into how you can actually step-by-step set up the ad campaign, and I'll see if I could give you guys a video breakdown of how I set up a campaign using ads, using the landing pages, using the targeting, using the keywords, negative keywords, the positive keywords, the ad group structure, everything, location targeting, bidding strategies, budget, all of that, and yeah, that's it pretty much. So yeah, I I hope you guys found this one valuable. Take care. That's it. Peace.
Whoever wanna lose, pick any one of the who's. I got 2 tools for